This one goes out to Eric. Hope you enjoy. The evolution and lifespan of the Manta B runs from 1975 to 1988. Kicking it back in 1975 saw the release of the second-gen Manta, the Manta B. This two-door, three-box coupe was built on the foundations of the newly redesigned Opel Ascona, but its styling really took a different path. Introduced by the 1975 Chevrolet Monza, sporting a fancy droop-stoop nose, really set it apart from the Ascona, looking more like its European primo, the MK1. In fact, until 1981, Opel and Vauxhall really competed for European markets. But eventually, Vauxhall pulled out on the coupe versions, stopped producing them. Originally, under the bonnet, they had pequeño niño, little tiny motors, little 1 point something and others, and then like a 1.3 and a 1.7, I think. But they had tiny little motors in the beginning. Not many horses under that bonnet. Over time, they became a bit more powerful. Especially when the fuel-injected GTE model arrived. Eventually bumping it up to 110 horsepower. And you gotta remember, back in the early 70s, everything was dialed down because of fuel crisis. So cars weren't making a lot of horsepower. To get it up to 110, that was significant. Moving up the road of time in 1977, they did get a hatchback version. Opel expanding their market with this three-door hatchback was really aimed at giving buyers more variety. You gotta give them choices. Then moving again forward on the road of time, 1982 saw the facelift, often referred to as the B2. It came with fancy side skirts, spoilers, those iconic triple air intakes on the front grille, and this generation also introduced the 1.8 liter that was prized for its fuel economy. Yeah. An ability to run without knocks on unleaded petrol. And even as time slipped by, a lot of other manufacturers and vehicles were going to front-wheel drive, the Manta remained in production all the way up to the sweet year of 1988. The final years did see a release of an exclusive model, fancy, with high-end trim, an aggressive body kit, Recaro seats. And by the time it was replaced by the Calibra, the market really had shifted towards hot hatches, little hot hatches. You know, like the Golf GTI. Down here in Brazil, it would have been the little Gols.
Gol GT 1.8. Isso diz tudo.
The little Passats.
O novo Passat tem muito mais luxo e muito mais conforto no seu interior. Seu novo motor torque 1.6 faz dele um carro ágil, valente, com um torque que permite manter alta velocidade com baixa aceleração. É por isso que, além de tudo, o Passat é um carro econômico, muito econômico.
Very cool vehicles. You know, and all these competition with the hot hatches really makes finding an original Manta kind of difficult these days. And also on top of the Manta being a very cool street car, it was also a real contender in rally racing. Opel's team up with Irmscher, they were a German tuner, and the British engineers at Cosworth created the legendary Manta 400. Very cool car. And to get the oomph, the power, the ponies they needed, they created a special engine that could be tuned for massive output. And these cars were sold in 2 versions. 2 flavors, sir. The Phase 1 street cars, which were luxury coupes finished in Arctic white. Nice. What year again was this? The 80s? So yeah, Arctic white.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes!
Very popular. And then the Phase 2, which used Kevlar, carbon fiber, to drop more weight for the racing. And this racing pedigree led to several special little models. The i200 and the i240 were collector's items that gave the owners a little bit of taste of that rally racing. However, the most rare one ever created was the Irmscher 1300. In 1985, Irmscher took one of the unfinished Manta 400 bodies, and Irmscher crammed a 3.0 V6 into it, just making a little beastie. Very cool. I keep saying that, but it's very cool. This turned this little Manta into a crazy little powerhouse, giving it the capability of reaching 136 miles per hour and hitting the 60 mark in just about 8 seconds. That was fast for the times. Because these Manta Bs were driven extremely hard in their heyday, finding an original or a mint condition one is next to impossible. And that's why this rarity has made the prices of the Manta Bs skyrocket. If you find one that can even be restored, grab that little puppy. Bring it home, give it an oil change and some new tires. You'll have yourself a super rare, super classic little car. Hey, if you guys like what we're doing here, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, let us know what you would like to see. And like I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. Até a próxima. Ciao, ciao.
Yo.